guys, I'm Caitlin from Caitlin Jazz Books, and I'm with
Laura from Bookish Laura. See how good I am?
See, she's my friend. And yeah, we're gonna do a video.
The Hunger Games tag.
This is a quality intro.
Well, in all fairness, it's the Hunger Games tag with basically Hunger Games questions. So if you haven't read it,
yeah, we tried to find like a tag, you know, like the Hamilton book tag. Throwing that back, the Hamilton book tag when they were like asking questions about other books. But it was like the questions were related to Hamilton. Yeah, that's not what it is. This is a what's your favourite book from the Hunger Games? Stuff like that. Yeah. So if you haven't actually read it, I would avoid spoilers. There will be spoilers in this video because we met because of the Hunger Games. We're just gonna get on with the questions now. Okay. So question
number one. What is your favourite book in the Hunger Games trilogy?
Catching Fire.
Catching Fire.
That was like all we have to say for this one. I don't have
so easy.
Question
number two. How long would you last in the Hunger Games?
Right, I've had this like inner monologue with myself about this. So right, either I'd be really stupid and be like, oh yeah, I could totally run to the cornucopia and get there before everyone else. And if I did that, because I'm not a fast runner, I would die within a minute. But if I was clever, I say clever, if I wasn't an absolute idiot and I decided to actually run away, I could probably last a couple of days.
Yeah, but would you be able to run?
No. Well, I'd run away because everyone else is in the cornucopia like getting killed.
I'd walk away. I couldn't be able to run. No, it depends how fit I am. Because if I'm like I am now, probably die within a day, probably less. If I've like proper like training and all that jazz, I could probably survive a week. Because I'd use the whole tactic. I'd climb up a tree until the majority of people are dead. And then I'd go looking for...
They'd probably get you down.
But they wouldn't see me.
The game makers would.
The game makers wouldn't care about me because I'm invisible.
Doesn't quite work that way, but okay.
Okay, that works. Yeah.
Question 3.
What's the strangest thing you thought was going to happen in the books, but didn't?
Mine's not even strange. Also, this is spoilers for Mockingjay, like major spoilers. So
I got spoiled for this stuff.
Yeah, same. Okay. Basically, I'd heard that Prim died, so I was all ready for it. But you know the air raid when they're in 13, and then there's the air raid, and then they have to go like right down. And there's that whole like because Peter tells them. Basically, yeah, that when Prim goes back up to get Buttercup, I thought that she was gonna die then, and I thought that she was dead. So I was like sobbing my eyes out. I was like, Prim's dead, and then she like comes down the stairs with Buttercup, and she gets through, and she's totally fine. I was like, oh well, that was embarrassing.
Yeah,
it's not weird.
I haven't got one. I didn't think anything weird was going to happen. I just don't remember anything weird happening.
That's great.
Yeah. 4.
Question 4.
How were you introduced to the Hunger Games?
My mum, on my 13th birthday, when I was in America, my mum bought me a book called The Hunger Games.
For your 13th
for my birthday, which I read when I was in America in the car, and I started it at about
11 o'clock in the morning and finished it at 11 o'clock at night.
Basically. That's my story.
See, I have a bigger story. Okay, so I didn't like the films because I used to watch them with friends. Oh, I didn't used to watch them. My friends had watched them and I'd watched a bit, and the idea and the concept totally looked crap to me, so I didn't watch them. And then I had a cousin who, at my granddad's party, suggested I read them. He said they were really good. So the next day I went to buy it, and I didn't read it. I think I read the first chapter. Then I didn't go back to it, and then I read I had a massive reading phase over the summer. So then in September of that year I decided to read it, and then I liked it, and then this happened.
5. Question
5. Favourite moment that happens in the Hunger Games? The beach scene.
See, mine. I could do...
In Catching Fire.
Mine are basically... None of them happen in the movies, and it's really sad. In Hunger Games, it's basically every time they're in the cave ever, but of course they don't incorporate any of the book.
Oh, in the first one?
Yeah. Of course they don't incorporate any of the book cave scenes in the film. So basically the book cave scenes. Then in Catching Fire, it's the bit before Stay With Me Always, so it goes into it, i.e. from Bonnie and Twill up until Stay With Me Always.
Bonnie and Twill.
There you go. That's my favourite moment.
I like in the actual first Hunger Games. At the moment, I like this when he grabs her like thingy because he's a rock
leg
thingy, and then he says, "Come to finish me off, sweetheart," and they didn't include that, and that makes me sad.
Just don't include anything.
Don't include the sassy Peter.
6.
Who is your favourite character?
Don't have one.
Don't have
But if I had to say one, I'd say Peter because I love Peter.
I want to go with Katniss.
That's
But
such a
then-
basic
Exactly,
answer.
and then I'm like, oh, I love Peter. But then I love Prim, but then I love Finnick.
Finnick's really hot.
Sam Claflin's like the best Finnick though.
We were
And he's
watching
British.
Catching Fire.
We were watching it.
Oh man, it hurts my heart.
No, because I don't know.
Actually, I really like Maisley. That's a really weird person to like, isn't it? She's really cool.
She's like in it for like. Am I thinking of the correct person who dies in Haymitch's?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like.
She's really
like,
cool though. It's because there's like a Hey Mitch's game on YouTube and it's
Yeah.
really good and I love Maisley.
Yes, it is. What district do you live in? I'm going with 4.
It doesn't
because
make any sense.
It does make sense because I can't swim.
Yeah,
I
see,
want-
it makes no sense.
Yeah, but I want to be able to swim. So if I lived in District 4, I'd be able to swim.
But it doesn't say which district would you like to be in, it's which district would you be in.
Yeah, and if I got to choose, I would be 4. Plus, my favourite number's 4. So it makes sense
Give me a minute.
in that sense.
What district would you live in?
I'd live in 4.
But no.
I'd live in 4. I'd live in 4.
I would say I would be in one of the districts that have been bombed. Just
Yes.
because I wouldn't be in one of the like fancy
Go in
districts.
District 8.
Because I'm not a fancy person.
I'm not
So
a
I'd
fancy
be in like
person.
one of the least fancy districts, i.e. the 2 that were bombed.
Yeah, but I like food. And you'll have food in District 4. Then
See, I can live with it. I would just go
can't.
hunting.
Well, yeah, you can live with it. You have breakfast at like 11 o'clock in the morning. I need my breakfast at 8. Which one are we on?
8.
8. What was the most emotional part in the book for you?
Emotional parts.
Finnick.
Hey, spoilers by the way, Finnick.
Yeah.
And when Katniss tells Buttercup,
That was even more emotional in the film.
which is like she's dead.
But the thing
you
with
forget she's
Finnick,
dead.
it's like what? It's like 2 lines, Finnick's death, and I had to read it about 3 times before I realised what was happening. I then closed the book, legged it downstairs, almost in tears because I wasn't a big crier at books at this point. And then I was screaming at my mum, saying, "They killed Finnick, they killed Finnick," and then my mum was like, "I don't care." I was like,
My mum's read the book, so my mum gets my pain.
see, 9. What item from home would you take into the arena with you as a token?
I'm gonna find it.
It's up there.
I'm just gonna reach. Wrong one.
Oh my god. I know it's not from my home, but can I say this?
Why? What use would that have?
No one would be able to tell it's me.
I would take this. I would be Katniss and I'd take my Mockingjay pin.
I reckon I look fab in this.
It would have no use.
It would, because no one would be able to tell it was me.
No, so you can just see the rest of your face and your eyes.
Yeah, but no one would be able to tell it's me.
It'd have no use. Except for the
Plus-
fact that I don't think I'd be allowed to take this because of the fact that it's a pin.
What was the most evil plan someone made in the books?
Yeah,
My mum was boss for this, clearly.
what was yours?
My mum was the fact that the careers made, like, recruited Peter to hunt down Catherine.
So can we just say that out of all the evil things that happen in the book, she says that's the evilest thing. Mine, however, is when Gale decides that he wants to design that stupid bomb which inevitably kills Prim and then kills loads of other little kids. So I'm saying that's the evilest
I guess
plan.
it's like-
Oh, question 11, because we're missing out the actual question 11.
Yeah.
So we're going, what is your favourite villain in the trilogy?
Mine?
Snow.
Snow. It's like,
There's only 2.
it's Coin and Snow, and I despise Coin with a burning passion, but Snow's funny.
Don't mind me.
Removing the
We're
angle.
just going to leave that in there. Yeah, no, mine's Snow, just because he's a really very good villain.
He's a cool villain. There's no other villains, really.
There's like 2.
There's literally
And then there's the
Coin.
careers. Oh, if we're counting careers, then Clove.
Clove.
I like Clove.
But she's not really a villain, she's kind of just a messed up child. That
but
sounded wrong.
In the games, the villains are the careers, so I mean, the Clove then. Clove or
Or
Snow.
Marvel.
Marvel
I think it's
deserves
Marvel.
better.
Marvel.
He's such a cinnamon bun.
I don't think...
Anyway, yes.
That was the
Thank
Hunger
you.
Games tag.
Very much for watching this
questions.
video. Leave a like,
Comment.
and
What
subscribe.
do you do that?
Like,
Comment
comment,
and
and
subscribe.
subscribe. And someone will see you next time because I don't know who it is.
And check out the video we did on my channel.
Oh yeah,
Bookish Laura.
if
Link
I
it below.
remember to link it below, which I
Link it
probably
below.
won't.
You probably won't.
But bye. It's a crappy outro as well.